right, we are in the Alachua habitat, officially known as Mill Creek Sink. This habitat used to be, I don't know, when did you guys put it in here?
2011.
2011, and it stayed here until about, I don't know, 6 months ago?
On the floor mostly.
And it came down
yeah.
about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So we pulled it out and cleaned it up, and Andy put all these fancy hooks in that he's sure absolutely welded in place. Don't pull on them.
I'm confident. I'm confident I used good glue and I prepped it really well, so it's good.
So it's nice and clean and new. We have new seats.
Yeah.
And it's at 26 feet. I've got 25 feet.
25 feet, yeah.
Yeah. So nice.
Yep. So yeah.
You want to tell?
Well, the purpose of putting the habitat back in was because we wanted to take a look at the end of the upstream line in here in Alachua. I think the backstory is 2011. Brett and I, on a tip-off from John Mosley, thank you very much, John Mosley, basically doubled the upstream distance, and we finally got to a point where it wasn't clear where the cave was continuing. There was an option up and to the right, and then there was a kind of small silty passage ahead and down, and we weren't really sure where the right place was to go, and we turned around and we actually never came back. I went in that small silty passage a little way.
Well, Brett was convinced it was no mount.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought it was
possible
okay,
no mount something.
And at that time I thought it was okay, and I was able to go in with a back-mounted breather, and I was okay, and turned around. Brett did not follow me in, and I reeled out. And
no, you're talking about the
low silty,
the lower siltier one.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking where the clear water was coming out. He always said was
so we
much smaller.
We had gone up and to the right, and where the flow seemed to be coming from. And I had this memory that it was some kind of fissure, but it didn't look like that at all today. I guess I was knocked or something in 2011, but I had a lot more helium in my mix today. So it turned out the existing line the wrap had fallen off or something. So after a little confusion about where exactly we were, Charlie went up and looked around. He came back and said, "It's small, but it goes." So I went up in there with my side mount rebreather, side mount fathom. The unique side mount fathom, and
one of a kind.
And went in there, and in fact the flow is coming from the opposite direction that I remembered. I thought it was coming from my left, but it's actually coming from over your right shoulder. So
it actually seems to double back on the. You go up and into this room, kind of a tall room, and the going passage is back over the top. Yeah, it looks like.
So it's doubling back on itself.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the survey.
Yeah, so I went up there, and it's kind of low and small, but about 50, 60 feet on, there's a restriction, and the thing turns again to the right. So I went up through the restriction, and it's kind of fairly wide, but slightly complex restriction, but it's short and it's rock on rock. And so I didn't have any real concerns going through that. And then immediately after that, the passage curves around again to the right, and you're in this passage where the limestone has been eroded out into the shape of what looks like bones on the floor. We don't think they're bones, but they just...
Hold that up. You think it's getting us?
Yeah, I think it is. Before you put it up there. So it looks more like... it actually looks like bones have been... are there, but
it really does.
I think it's just the shapes of limestone. Anyway, so I followed that. It took a right again. So by this time, it's taken about 3 or 4 right angle turns. So I think we must have come round in a complete circle. I continued along that passage, and again, it's always getting shallower. And then I came to this spot where it wasn't clear if there was anything straight ahead, but I could see all this black rock.
Well, there's that fissure first. You
come up through the fissure.
You go through this fissure, which is pretty interesting formation.
And then you come to this point where you can see all these black rocks, this little slide of rocks coming down the side, and And that was obviously the way to go. So again, followed that up for maybe another 50 feet and ended up in this little room where there was a kind of mound in the middle, and I could see over it and see that there was potentially some passage on the other side. But by that time I was a little concerned that Charlie would be waiting for me down at 240 feet. So I turned around and I started tying off, but unfortunately I then discovered that I'd lost the lock nut on my reel. So I spent a bit of time actually securing the reel, and at one point I thought I saw a light down behind me, but I couldn't really turn around to look. And then I was finishing it off, and there's definitely a light down there. I turned around, there was a little glow down behind me, and I thought, Charlie made it through that restriction somehow in back map. So yeah. So
yeah. So while you were exploring, I went down to the silty bit. The
silty passage. Yeah.
The silty passage, the lower passage, and so let me back up. When we first get there, Andy's got his scooter. I had dropped my scooter about 20 feet back, and he's got his scooter with him, and he likes. I could tell he was going to point his scooter into that passage and go.
Well, I thought we weren't at the end of the line.
I was hollering, "Drop your scooter! Drop your scooter! Drop your scooter!" And he goes.
Yeah. Well, that was because I thought we were at the end.
And it just goes whoosh.
Yeah. I thought we weren't at the end of the line. It was so different to how I remembered it. I don't know whether I was knocked or something, but I just didn't. I didn't think we were actually at the end of the line.
Well, you immediately came back and was like, "No."
As soon as I got into that small passage, I thought, this is that little silty passage, so I don't want to be doing this. So I immediately stopped, turned around, reeled out again.
Yeah.
With a little bit of silt, but.
Oh, you didn't? Did you even have the reel at that point?
Yeah.
Oh,
I tied in
you
with
had,
a reel.
Okay.
Because I was thinking I was just bridging a broken bit of line.
Right.
That's what I thought I was doing.
Yeah. And
anyway,
so while you were doing that, I decided to go down and check that, and I went about 10 feet and popped out, and it's crystal clear, although it's super silty on the bottom. I put maybe about 100 feet in. It's easily back mountable, but very fluffy and silty, dark black silt on the bottom.
Yeah.
And so when I turned, it was
zero.
Not much seeing coming out. I could see a little bit.
What did you tie off to on the far? And there was something.
It was just a rock. I just tied around a rock and tied off. And I was just using my spool, so I came out and I was like, let me go back up in there and look at that restriction. Yeah. So I was like, well, let me try. And I made it right through, so wasn't a big problem.
So we're up at, I was up in the, like 178 feet, I think was my my shallowest station right at the end there. So it's come right up again. It's curled back over itself. I think the last azimuth, or the first azimuth on the way out, was 230.
Okay.
So it's going northeast.
Very cool.
Which is exactly where we would expect.
Yeah, northeast.
Yeah.
But it did a curly cute there.
It's done a complete circle.
Huh.
Over itself. I can't wait to see what it looks like on the survey.
Yeah.
Normally you get all these different numbers going around the points of the compass. It usually means you made a mistake, but I was thinking, I know this is right, because I just know this is right.
And so it looks like it's still going at the end.
Yeah.
And then the silty bit is still
silty
going.
Passage is still going, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what that does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good dive. Great habitat.
Great support from Carl Michelle and Renee Power, and in fact this may be Renee now.
And Michael Alberto came out.
Yeah.
He's helping.
Hey Renee.
And
hey!
Derek came out this morning.
You're on camera.
Well, this is cozy. Your weights are in place right over here.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
See you later.
We have, I have 102 minutes left, so...
Yeah, I have 119.
Yeah, so we got about 2 hours, something like that.
2 hours. Yeah. What is the time now?
The time now is 15:39 that I have it.
Got it.
15:39, so...
All right.
I expect we'll be... Oh, would you mind calling my wife?
I don't mind.
Or texting her.
I don't mind.
Just to say I'm alive. I haven't died, you know.
Okay.
I usually just text her with the one word, either alive or not dead or something like that. That's usually it.
I'll do the same.
Thank you.
Anybody I need to contact for you?
Yeah, you can text my wife if you want.
Okay.
Do you know
I
her?
don't know her number.
Or you can, or just ask Rhiannon to text Laura.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
That'd be great.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Renee. We'll see you in a little bit.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So we got to give a shout out to our
Sponsors?
well, no, I was thinking our friends,
Our friends.
Overseas.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've got to talk about the Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we need to step up our game with the their Habichat scrubbers are mighty fancy looking.
Yeah, you know, but I don't know. We are. Yeah,
They're very fancy.
very fancy. Very fancy. Yeah. But unfortunately, they just have that crude buzzer. Just a crude. And I think they do have voice communications to the surface.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they don't have any kind of.
Do they have Wi-Fi?
They don't have video. They don't have video comms or internet.
Can they Zoom?
I don't think they can
do a Zoom meeting in the Habitat?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
They're
behind.
I think they're still behind on that front. So, but keep it up, chaps, and you might catch up. That'll be good. Anyway, shout out to Craig and Harry and JDZ and all the others. And looking forward to seeing you soon. When you must come over and dive some of these caves soon, and while we can still dive them. And I guess we ought to say thank you to. We've already said who's here today.
Inner Sorb.
Install Cape Country Dive Shop. Dive Right. They've been very helpful. Who else? This is the point I always can't remember.
That's about it, I guess.
Yeah. Both using Fathom rebreathers today.
Yeah.
Probably should do a little plug for Fathom to keep the boss happy. Boss of Fathom. Yeah, so I was using a side mount Fathom, and Charlie was using his back mount. So, what else? That's about it. Yeah. Anyway, we've got plenty to come back for.
About 2 hours to go, and
we left the safeties in there, so because we're going to come back with the conditions like they are. They're just beautiful.
Conditions are really nice.
Such
Haven't had a lot of rain, so
yeah. So we need to make hay while the sun shines.
right.
All right, I think we'll sign off there. Bye bye.
Bye.